Have you ever heard stories from your elders about the darkest 3 years and 8 months in Hong Kong's history? If you're interested in this period of history like me, I recommend a fantastic digital humanities project, Spatial History Research of Japanese-occupied Hong Kong, 1941 to 1945. The principal investigator of this research project is Dr. Kwong Chi-man from the Department of History at Hong Kong Baptist University. The team received funding from the Tung Wah Group of Hospitals. This project not only collects historic photographs and memorial materials, but also repurposes historical maps and aerial photographs using Geographic Information Systems, GIS, to provide a spatial perspective for studying the Japanese management of Hong Kong during wartime. I would like to introduce how to use the interactive map. The interactive map allows users to explore various categories such as economy, governance, religious establishments, residences, and war. You can click on markers on the map to read detailed information. There may be some interesting findings. For example, according to an interview with Dr. Kwong by Ming Pao News, selecting economy, planned economy, rice seller reveals rice merchants concentrated in Kowloon and central western Hong Kong Island, especially Sham Shui Po, an industrial area with a large working population. This is because the rationing system aimed to cope with resource shortages and retain labour by limiting ration certificates to designated shops. We can also observe that there were so few rice merchants in the Kowloon Tong and Tsim Sha Tsui areas. By combining the residents, civilians, Japanese layer, Kwong Chi-man explained that although many Japanese lived in Kowloon Tong, they did not need to queue for rice at designated shops. Moreover, the population density in Kowloon Tong was low, so 1 or 2 rice shops were sufficient. The Faces of War section includes memorial materials from soldiers from Royal Corps, Hong Kong Volunteer Corps, and other corps, governors, civilians, and celebrities like Eileen Chang Eiling and Duo Wun. Their experiences varied based on job positions and living areas. The Images of War section features historical photographs and documents, while the Local District section shows administrative districts and street names during the Japanese occupation. The information in this project is trustworthy because it provides clear citations. Since 2022, the research team has collected historical materials in Chinese, English, American, and Japanese languages, including archival materials from different museums and public records offices, books, newspapers, and journals. The research team also seeks information from civilians who know local history well. Now, let's talk about its reception and use. Firstly, this project can be used to teach students in history classes. According to HKZO1 News, a charitable institution in Hong Kong for urban research and conservation called Urban Studies Institute organised related workshops for 23 school tours and utilised the online interactive map. The students could find their schools or residences on the map. After that, they could explore nearby facilities and related events, thus connecting historical studies with their daily lives. The Urban Studies Institute also utilised the Faces of War section for values education, encouraging students to contribute to our society, just as people did in their pursuit of peace during that time. Secondly, this project can serve as a travel guide. This is a new direction that the research team may pursue in the future. Thirdly, the project is suitable for both casual history enthusiasts and professional historians to study the history of the 3 years and 8 months. Reading maps is more interesting for the public than reading books with densely packed text. However, this project can't provide a thematic narrative or a linear narrative of history. It's better to have some basic knowledge before using the interactive map, whereas maps can help historians to combine historical data from a spatial perspective. For instance, according to the Ming Pao News, Dr. Kwong found that Rikukawa Sono in British files and Liu Hoko in American files is the same factory in Tu Kwa Wan after he made the map. Fourthly, according to a member of the Hong Kong Institute of Architects, the project can further enhance the Hong Kong Smart City Blueprint and benefit future urban planning, development, and conservation research. So, what are you waiting for? Let's visit the website to learn more.